morning, parents, teachers, and students. It's been long since we saw you, nearly 10 months of lockdown, and we are really missing you. We miss the patter of the feet and the squeals from the playground. And we hope that school is going to open very quickly. And we are confident that in a few days' time, we will welcome you with open arms at the gates of Birla High School, Mukundapur.
After so many months of doubts, challenges and uncertainties, we are now looking forward to having the children back in school. However, we must ensure that once they are back in school, they are absolutely safe. So let us take you on a guided tour of the school campus to show you the safety measures that we have put in place. Parents and students must stand at the marked places when they come to the school gate. The students must wear their mask and get their temperature checked. They will follow the foot markers on the floor to maintain social distancing. The sanitizer is placed outside the lobby for students to sanitize their hands before entering the premises. Teachers and support staff will be there to guide them.
Post the COVID scenario, to adhere to the safety norms and regulations, we have marked every alternate seat with a red cross to maintain social distancing. Along with that, we have also provided the attendant, the helper and the driver with a head mask, a face mask and gloves to adhere to the safety norms. While alighting or boarding the bus, the student's temperature is being taken by the security personnel. After taking their temperature, the security will guide them towards the sanitizer to sanitize their hands before they enter the school premises.
Ma'am, what will happen if I forget my mask or sanitizer or both?
No worries, Arush. We have provision for extra sanitizers and masks, and if anybody forgets, they can make a purchase at a price.
Wow, ma'am, that's great. Thank you.
We have converted our wellness center into the isolation room. Any child or a teacher or staff member who is running a temperature or shows any other symptoms will be brought here. However, they will not be here for very long because immediately the family will be informed and we will request them to take them back home. The isolation room is equipped with all the apparatus required. We have the thermal gun, the oximeter, sanitizers, and most importantly, we have the oxygen cylinder also if there is an emergency. Students will be advised to carry their own sanitizers, wear a mask, and carry an extra mask in the back in case they happen to lose it or it falls down, etc. As you can see, we have a nurse on duty who is in protective gear, and that is for her own safety as well as the safety of the students.
While walking up and down the ramp, the students will follow the signages which are pasted on the floor to ensure social distancing. They will not be touching the railings, though the railings are disinfected at regular intervals. Every class is escorted by their respective class teacher. So this is the maths lab. As you can see that the children are all seated diagonally to ensure social distancing, and the first row is kept vacant so that there is enough distance between the teacher and the students.
Ma'am, is it safe to use the apparatus?
Sure it is, because before you entered the lab, all the apparatus were disinfected by this disinfectant, and once you leave the class, it will be again sanitized and ready for the next class.
Ma'am, how will we submit our assignments?
Okay, so we will keep the Google Classroom active. So once you finish your work in the class, you will go home, scan it and submit in the Google Classroom. Alright?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the IT lab, little different from the maths lab. As you can see, there are crosses marked on certain workstations where the students are not supposed to sit to ensure social distancing. The computer peripherals like the mouse, keyboard and the monitor will be disinfected after the class is over so that it is ready for the next class.
Students' seating is spaced out and they will not be allowed to sit at the places marked with a red cross. I'm sure each of them will carry their own sanitizer for frequent use. COVID-19 has taught us the value of fresh air, and these big wide windows will let in plenty of fresh air and light. Individual units have been provided for children for their belongings to avoid any further contact. Class teachers will carry their own stationery.
Ma'am, will the exchange of notebooks carry any infection?
Students' notebooks will be disinfected before the corrections to safeguard the teacher and after the corrections to safeguard the students. At the end of the day, after the children leave, all rooms will be cleaned, fogged and locked.
How will they maintain social distancing?
Come Kahini, I will show you the staff room. As you can see, the staff room is well ventilated and each teacher has her own workstation and her own device to avoid any kind of social contact.
As you can see in the art room, students are not going to sit facing each other to maintain social distancing.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I borrow a paintbrush?
No more sharing colors, paintbrushes or craft items. But that does not mean that your ideas and creativity cannot be shared. Four people at a time, including the liftman, will be allowed to use the lift at a time. Students will use the ramp or the staircase and may use the lift only in an emergency.
Ma'am, what about our dance and music classes?
Of course you will have, Vasudhara. We will ensure that when you come back, you have all your co-curricular classes right here in the compound. We have cleaned it and kept it for you, right?
Yes.
So what we are going to do is we are going to divide the classes into two halves. One half will go for music, the other half will go for dance, and then we'll swap it in the next week. And the same pattern will be followed for your physical education, yoga and karate classes.
Yes, ma'am. We are looking forward to coming back.
Great.
What happened, Hardik? Where is your tiffin?
Ma'am, I forgot to bring my tiffin.
So you don't need to be sad because the canteen is going to sell dry packaged food. You have to buy a coupon booklet because no money transaction is going to take place.
Oh, wow. It's great. Now I don't have to go hungry.
Correct. The parents are requested to send enough tiffin with their ward. Our canteen staff is going to be in her protective gear. We are going to ensure that enough hygiene is maintained in the canteen.
We will follow the same protocol for dismissal as we will do for arrival. That is, the buses will leave from gate number 1 and children with private escorts will leave from gate number 2 and gate number 3. We will dismiss one class at a time and the gates will be class specific. Some classes will leave every day from gate number 2, some from gate number 3, and parents will be requested not to crowd around the gates to ensure social distancing.
Parents, teachers and students, you've seen how far we have gone in our preparedness, how hard we have worked to ensure that you are completely safe when you get back to school. We are longing to welcome you back and ensure that you are all back in a COVID-free world with a vaccine in place. Thank you.